Today I'm going to show you how I use only 3 colors to paint this little intuitive painting. All the supplies will be listed in the description below, so let's get started. I actually only use 3 colors. This is Quinacridone Magenta, and it can be any brand, but this happens to be Daniel Smith. But a good quality color is very important. It could be watercolor or acrylic, actually. These are my 3 go-to mixing colors. I don't leave home without them. So I'm just putting it straight down the magenta. You can see it's a really pretty color, and I would consider this a new primary color. Most of us think that red is a primary color, but this makes a gorgeous red when you mix it with yellow. My second color is Hansa Yellow. Any transparent yellow would be really perfect for this. I just happen to have chosen Hansa Yellow. I'm not even sure it's 100% transparent in different brands, but it works really well for mixing. So I just have the straight yellow, and you can see how that looks. And I also pick Pthalo Blue red shade, or green shade, actually. Either one will work. Phthalo Blue is a beautiful vibrant blue mixing color. Those are the 3 colors I'm going to use to paint my painting. And first I want to show you that I can make so many colors with these 3. If I were to be stranded on a desert island and I was told I can only have 3 colors, these would be the colors I would bring. To mix a perfect red, more of a primary red, I actually just mix the magenta and equal parts of the yellow. And I get a gorgeous fiery red, a nice fire engine red that way. You just adjust the mix until you get the right shade that you want or the tone you want. And because these colors are mainly transparent, you can make so many variations and you rarely get a muddy color. I'm even able to make black with this combination, or what kind of looks like black. And you'll see that when I do the demo. So I've made this really nice red, and if I want to just turn it into an orange, I need to add more yellow. And I'll mix up and have a nice deep orange. And I can do the same by adding even some more yellow to my mixture. And I'll make a lighter orange or even a gold color. And it's actually fun to experiment this way and see how many colors you can get. But this is a really beautiful gold. It looks very much like some of the golds that I can get out of tubes. But I just made it with my Ultimate 3 trio. Now I'm just going to add some green, Hansa Yellow, and the Phthalo Blue to make this beautiful green. It's kind of a golden green. That's just much more yellow than there is blue. Since the blue's very super strong, you need to use very little compared to what you would use with the yellow. Now if I just add a little more blue to my mixture, I'll make a beautiful deep green, and I can even make a turquoise if I add even a little bit more blue. And it's just fun playing with these 3 and seeing how many I can get. I really like actually what happens when I mix the magenta and the blue. It makes a gorgeous, gorgeous purple. I really can't find those out of a tube. Very brilliant and luminous. And I could just add a little blue, and I've got a blue violet. So you can see where I can go here. I can make variations. I have a green, blue. I can make them more neutral by adding more magenta. I can just keep going. And actually, it's just very relaxing to do this. And it's also a good exercise just to see what can happen with the combinations that you make. And you can even make a record of them if you'd like. Just write down kind of the percentage of what you did, if you want to be scientific like that. But I just like to see what happens. And I love working with these 3 colors. And if that's all I have, I'm good. But just make sure they're high quality paints. Doing this, you might as well spend the money on the high quality paints and get just these 3 colors, and you can make just about every color. And if I were doing this with acrylic paints, I would just add a little white and some zinc white and titanium white, and then you've got everything you need. When you actually work with these colors and you find a mix, kind of a combination of all three, you can get some really beautiful neutral colors. So if you just add, if you like the color, let's say you want a grayish green, you would make your green and then you would add some magenta that kind of neutralize it. Anything you would want to use a complementary color and that would soften it or neutralize it. You can basically do that with any color. What I really love is I'm able to make pretty much a black color. If I take all three colors and just add very little water and just kind of dilute them together, or not dilute them, mix them together, I get a beautiful, decent looking black, kind of like an ivory black. And if I want to add a little yellow, I can get a warm black. If I want to add a little blue, I get a cool black. So it's really fun. And what else I like to do is to take all three colors and see what happens when you just put them together, just put them next to each other and they make new colors on their own. It actually works much better on a larger scale. When I do meditative art, I just use these three colors, and when we do the brush strokes, I say the colors dance together and create new colors. So it's just a really fun way to do some primary color mixing. And now that I've done all these colors, I can't wait to show you how I paint with just these three colors in a journal. So I have my Moleskine journal. It's a watercolor journal. It's pretty small. And I've got some little skeleton leaves I'm just sort of using as inspiration, but pretty much just going with my intuition and picking up a combination of the three colors, and just seeing what happens. Lots of wet on wet washes, and then I drop a darker color in the wash and watch the colors blend onto the paper. And I'm just kind of going with the music that's sort of in my head. And I love this lavender that sort of happened out of the whatever combination of the magenta and the phthalo blue, and then the beautiful yellow green. It's just amazing what you can do with just these. I can't say it enough. I can't stress it enough that these three colors are really all you need. And of course I'm tempted, and I have bought many, many colors, but I keep these in my palette at all times. And then I could have my other ones just to add a little pop or some, there are some beautiful, unusual colors out there. And of course, I want to try them all. But if you're limited, or if you're on a budget, or if you just want to keep it simple, just stick with these three. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video today. I hope it was relaxing, and I hope you learned something. And maybe just the only thing you could take away is that you don't have to spend a lot of money to enjoy creating art. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.